Hello, my name is Rahama, and I'm going to be giving a reflection about the topic Night by Elie Wiesel, the book, and it's going to be about my digital essay. So, before I get started, I'm just going to be giving you a short summary of the book. Night by Elie Wiesel is a harrowing memoir that recounts the author's experiences during the Holocaust, something that should have never happened and taken place. As a Jewish teenager, Wiesel and his family are forcibly taken from their homes, Transylvania, and transported to a Nazi concentration camp. The memoir details the unimaginable horrors he witnessed, including the systemic dehumanization and brutalization of Jewish people, the death of his family members, and his own struggle to survive. Wiesel grapples with the profound moral ambiguity, loss of faith, and psychological trauma of witnessing and experiencing such atrocities. Night serves as a powerful testament to the resilience of human spirit and the need to confront injustice. What I liked best about this assignment is the opportunity to deeply analyze and interpret Night by Elie Wiesel using a multifaceted approach through the various critical lenses. This assignment allowed me to engage with the text on a deeper level by exploring moral ambiguity through the mental health lens, dehumanization from the race lens perspective, and euthanasia through the lens of the powerless. I really appreciated how this approach gave me a broader and more nuanced understanding of the themes in the memoir. Additionally, using the podcast, which I'm doing now, format, was incredibly fulfilling in my opinion because it allowed me to present my analysis creatively and interactively, making the context accessible and engaging for a wider audience. This medium really enabled me to use tone, pacing, and visual aids to enhance my narrative and convey the emotional weight of the subject matter more effectively than traditional written essay might have or a vlog. When I look back at the assignment, the part I most enjoyed working on was delving into the theme of moral ambiguity through the mental health lens. It was particularly fascinating and rewarding. I found it compelling to analyze how Wiesel and other survivors navigate the psychological aftermath of the Holocaust, especially the complex feelings of guilt, anger, and confusion. This exploration allowed me to connect historical trauma with a contemporary mental health lens, drawing parallels that made the narrative even more poignant. Additionally, examining dehumanization through the race lens provided a critical perspective on the systemic racism and brutalization that the victims of the Holocaust faced. I enjoyed researching historical context and integrating these insights into my analysis, which deepened my appreciation for Wiesel's portrayal of these harrowing experiences. Furthermore, discussing euthanasia through the lens of the powerless highlighted the desperate circumstances and moral dilemmas faced by individuals in the camps. This part of the project was both challenging and enlightening as it required me to empathize with the victims and consider the ethical complexities of other situations. And I really sympathized with the victims because it was not easy at all and it was a really traumatic experience. Overall, the process of synthesizing these themes and presenting them in a podcast format was incredibly fulfilling as it allowed me to combine my analytic skills with my creative storytelling skills. The most difficult part of the assignment was condensing a vast array of complex themes and detailed analysis into a concise and engaging narrative for the podcast. Night is a multifaceted memoir with a deep and intricate themes, and it was challenging to decide which aspects to focus on within the limited time frame. Balancing the depth of my analysis with the need to keep the audience engaged required careful planning and editing. I had to ensure my discussion on moral ambiguity, dehumanization, and euthanasia was thorough yet succinct. Another challenging aspect was maintaining clear and compelling delivery throughout the podcast. This involved scripting my narrative to avoid tangents, practicing my speech for clarity and impact, and incorporating my visual and auditory elements that would enhance the storytelling without overwhelming the context. Managing these various components and integrating them seamlessly was a complex task that really demanded a lot of my time and effort. Additionally, I faced difficulties in researching and integrating historical context and psychological theories to support my analysis, which required extensive reading and critical thinking. What I just said had more to do with my visual essay aspect. However, overcoming these challenges was ultimately rewarding as it led to a more polished and impactful final product, which I'm very proud of. Also, for the visual essay, something else that was challenging was finding photos that went along with what I was trying to convey. It became a bit easier with time, but it still remained a bit difficult. In my opinion, I was most successful at connecting the themes of night using contemporary issues through my visual representations. By using modern symbols and imagery, I was able to draw parallels between the historical events of the Holocaust and current social issues, making my analysis more relevant and impactful. For example, my visual representation of dehumanization incorporated contemporary symbols of racial injustice, highlighting the ongoing relevance of Riesel's message. I also succeeded in creating images that effectively conveyed the psychological trauma and moral ambiguity experienced by the survivors using visual metaphors and symbolic imagery to evoke empathy and understanding from the viewer. Additionally, my portrayal of euthanasia through the lens of the powerless was successful in capturing the ethical complexities and desperation faced by individuals in extreme circumstances, prompting the viewers to reflect on these difficult issues. Overall, my ability to use visuals to enhance and support my analysis was a key strength of this assignment. One thing I learned about this assignment was the power of visual storytelling in conveying complex themes and emotions. This assignment taught me how to use imagery to enhance and support written analysis, making abstract concepts more tangible and accessible to the audience. I learned the importance of choosing the right symbols and visual elements to accurately represent the themes and emotions I wanted to convey, and how to balance visual elements with textual explanations. Additionally, this project reinforced the importance of empathy and sensitivity when dealing with traumatic and sensitive subject matters, as well as the need to carefully consider the impact of my visual choices. This experience has deepened my understanding of the themes in Night and their relevance to contemporary issues, and has enhanced my skills in visual communication and storytelling. I would like to assess my work on this assignment as outstanding. I believe that my visual essay achieved a high level of critical analysis and creative expression. The imagery I created effectively conveyed the complex themes of moral ambiguity, dehumanization, and euthanasia, and that complemented my writing analysis in a meaningful way. The feedback I received from peers and instructors indicated that my visuals were both impactful and thought-provoking, so my parents and some of my friends, enhancing the overall narrative and emotional depth of my analysis. While there were challenges in balancing visual and textual elements, I believe that I managed these effectively, resulting in a polished and cohesive final product. One thing I need to improve in my next assignment is time management, particularly in the conceptualization and refinement stages. I found myself spending a lot of time in perfecting each visual, which sometimes delayed the overall progress of the project. In the future, I aim to set more structured deadlines for each stage of the project, from initial research and brainstorming to the final refinements. This will help ensure a more balanced workflow and allow adequate time for each component of the assignment. Additionally, I need to work on streamlining my visual and textual elements to ensure that my narrative remains concise and focused without sacrificing depth. This involves being more selective in my choice of symbols and visuals, as well as practicing more efficient design and editing techniques. Improving these aspects will help me produce even higher quality work in a more efficient manner. One goal I'd like to focus on in the future is enhancing my skills in visual storytelling and multimedia design. Even though I feel like my skills in both aspects are good, I would like them to be amazing, perfected. By improving these techniques and creative skills, I can create even more engaging and polished visual essays that effectively convey complex ideas and analysis. This involves learning advanced graphic design and software techniques. And what I mean by this is learning how to edit photos a bit more professionally so I can go better with what I'm trying to explain, as well as experimenting with different visual elements, like I stated earlier, to see how they can best enhance my narrative. Additionally, I aim to develop my ability to integrate visual and textual elements seamlessly, ensuring that both components complement and support each other effectively. Furthermore, I want to continue exploring the connections between historical texts and contemporary issues using visual storytelling to draw insightful and relevant conclusions. This goal will help me develop a more holistic and nuanced understanding of the material analyzed, ultimately leading to a more sophisticated and impactful work, and that's what I really hope to do. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast, and that is the end of it.